Today, we're diving into a profound psychological challenge known as the vulnerability hangover. You did it. You read the books. You watch the videos. You did the shadow work. You finally found the courage to set the boundary, to say the no, to speak your truth. You thought it would feel like freedom. You thought you would feel relief. So why? Does it feel like you just jumped off a cliff? Welcome to the vulnerability hangover. Welcome to the terror of actual change. We love the idea of authenticity. We love the idea of being free from our masks. But nobody talks about the price of that freedom. Nobody talks about the sheer, primal panic that hits you the moment you actually stop playing the game. For your entire life, you have lived in orbit. You have orbited the expectations of your parents, your friends, your culture. This orbit is your comfort zone. It is not happy there. It is often miserable. You are suffocating, resentful, and small. But you are safe. You know the rules. Gravity is reliable. Authenticity is the act of breaking orbit. It is generating enough escape velocity to leave the known world behind and fly into the dark of genuine independence. And physics tells us two things about breaking orbit. One, it takes an immense amount of energy. And two, the gravity will fight back. Hey, I'm swamped. Can you finish this slide deck for me tonight? Thomas pauses, his heart rate visibly spiking, a flicker of terror in his eyes. He then responds, I can't tonight. I have plans. Oh, okay. I just thought. You know, you usually help. Never mind. The colleague turns and walks away, leaving Thomas alone at his desk. He didn't win. He feels a profound sense of sickness and unease. This is the backlash. When you break the unspoken contract of your old persona, when the nice guy suddenly says no, people don't applaud. They get confused. They get defensive. They get angry. They use the change back maneuver. They withdraw affection. They make passive-aggressive comments. They try to force you back into your old, predictable orbit. A reply from a family member appears. Wow, selfish much? After everything we've done for you. It's a dagger to the heart, and Thomas flinches physically, his face contorting in pain. And this is where most people give up. This is the breaking point. The pain of being disliked, the terror of being considered selfish is too intense. The old programming screams, abort mission, return to safety. So you apologize. You take it back. You re-enter the orbit, and the cage door locks tighter than ever before. You are stuck because you are waiting for permission to be free. You are waiting for authenticity to feel good. It won't. Not at first. At first, it's going to feel like dying. Because it is a death. It is the death of the you that was built to please everyone else. And if you want to be free, you have to be willing to let that version of you die. You have to be willing to look at your physical reaction. It's more than just receiving a mean text message or having an awkward conversation. Your body is telling you something profound. Your heart is pounding, your palms are sweating, and your stomach is in knots. Your body is reacting as if you are being hunted, as if your very life is in danger, as if you are about to die. This primal response is deeply ingrained within us. Why does a simple no feel life-threatening? It's because to your ancient lizard brain, the part of your brain responsible for survival instincts, it truly is life-threatening. This goes back to our earliest ancestors. For millions of years, inclusion in the tribe meant survival, offering protection and resources. Rejection, on the other hand, often meant certain death in the harsh wilderness. You are the descendant of the people who instinctively pleased the tribe and maintained their belonging. The rebels, those who dared to defy the group, often perished in the cold, unforgiving environment. You are hardwired for conformity, a deep-seated instinct to fit in. So, when you finally speak your truth, you are not just fighting a simple habit or a learned behavior. You are fighting millions of years of evolution, a powerful, ancient programming screaming at you. Get back in line or we will die. This internal struggle is a testament to our evolutionary past and a deep-seated need for belonging. If you truly want to be free, to live authentically, you have to consciously override this ancient programming. And that means you have to be willing to pay the bill, to accept the significant costs that come with genuine self-expression. There are three major costs to authenticity, and they are indeed expensive, demanding a significant personal investment. The first of these profound costs is the loss of approval, a deeply ingrained human desire. Cost number 1, approval. You have spent your life addicted to the drug of external validation, constantly seeking affirmation from others. You've played the role of the good guy, the reliable one, always striving to meet others' expectations and earn their praise. When you stop playing that role, when you begin to live authentically, the supply of external validation gets cut off. People will inevitably disapprove of you, and they will often misunderstand your true intentions and motivations. They will call you selfish for prioritizing your needs, difficult for challenging the status quo, or even crazy for daring to be different. You have to be willing to be sober from the addiction of external approval. Cost number 2, certainty. The cage of conformity, while miserable and restrictive, was at least predictable. You knew the rules, the expectations, and the consequences. Freedom, however, is terrifyingly uncertain, filled with unknowns and unpredictable outcomes. You no longer have a pre-written script to follow. You have to improvise every single day, navigating life's complexities without a clear roadmap. This requires courage and adaptability. Cost number 3, false relationships. Thomas is at dinner with old friends in a restaurant. They are gossiping and laughing, engaging in familiar patterns, but Thomas sits quietly, feeling detached and disconnected from their conversation and shared history. One friend, noticing his silence, turns to him and asks, "You're so quiet tonight. What's wrong with you?" In that moment, Thomas realizes with a pang of sadness that he has nothing in common with them anymore, that their paths have diverged. He is crowded by their presence, yet profoundly alone in his newfound authenticity. This is often the most painful cost of all. When you stop being who they want you to be, you will inevitably discover who your real friends truly are. And you will be devastated to find out how many of them were only friends with your mask, with the persona you presented to the world. You will lose people, and that loss can be deeply painful and challenging to navigate. The bill is now clearly on the table, itemizing the costs of your approval, your certainty, and your false relationships. It is a staggering price to pay for the freedom of authenticity, a price that demands courage and resilience. And right now, you are tempted to tear up that bill, to apologize for your authenticity, to go back to the familiar, albeit miserable, cage of conformity, because the wilderness of true self-expression feels too cold and daunting. Wait, before you send that apology, before you retreat and go back to sleep, before you surrender your newfound freedom, you need to know what happens if you don't pay the bill, if you choose to avoid these necessary. Delve deeper into the concept of the comfortable coma, and, most importantly, how to discover and utilize your unique key to true freedom. This journey requires introspection and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our choices. It is so incredibly tempting, isn't it? Just push that button. Just utter those words of apology, even if they feel untrue. Just slip back into the familiar, albeit stifling, role you've been playing for so long. The immediate relief, the cessation of conflict, will be intoxicating, a powerful sedative for your anxieties. The metaphorical wolves of judgment and disapproval will cease their circling. The tribe, your community or family, will calm down, and you will once again feel safe within its confines. But before you yield to that powerful urge to push that button, to retreat into the familiar, you absolutely need to see the other bill, the hidden cost of this perceived safety. You need to truly comprehend and internalize what inevitably happens if you consistently refuse to pay the necessary, albeit sometimes painful, price of authenticity and personal freedom. This is not a hypothetical scenario. It is a very real and often devastating consequence of self-abandonment. Welcome to the stark alternative. Welcome to the insidious trap of the comfortable coma. If you persistently refuse to pay the emotional and psychological bill for living an authentic life, you don't simply stay the same or maintain a neutral state. Instead, you begin a slow, agonizing process of internal decay, a rotting from the inside out. Self-abandonment is far from a passive act of simply doing nothing. It is, in fact, an active, relentless, and daily corrosive force that erodes your very being. Every single time you utter a yes, when your deepest soul is screaming an emphatic no, you are actively participating in the slow, deliberate killing of a small, vital part of yourself. diminishing your spirit piece by piece. This, my friends, is the true, hidden bill you pay for the illusion of safety and acceptance. It costs you your invaluable self-respect, the foundational esteem you hold for yourself. More profoundly, it costs you your very aliveness, that vibrant spark of genuine existence that makes life worth living. You become a shadow of your true self. You make a tragic trade, the sharp, acute, yet ultimately temporary pain of rejection or disapproval from others is exchanged for the dull, persistent, and seemingly endless ache of living a life that is fundamentally not your own. You transform into a masterful, yet miserable, actor, perpetually performing in a play you despise, a role that suffocates your true identity. And perhaps the most agonizing part of this entire charade is that absolutely no one else around you truly knows you're acting. They genuinely believe you're fine, that everything is perfectly normal. You are, in essence, screaming your silent agony behind an invisible pane of glass, while everyone else simply smiles back at you, completely oblivious to your internal torment and profound isolation. You mistakenly believe that the cage you constructed around yourself was effectively keeping you safe from external threats and judgments. What you failed to realize, however, was that this very cage was relentlessly shrinking. With every instance you apologize for your authentic self, for who you truly are, the walls of that cage imperceptibly move in a little closer, tightening their grip on your spirit. This insidious process continues, day after day, until one terrifying day, you awaken to find yourself utterly trapped. You can no longer move freely. You can no longer breathe deeply. Your very essence is constricted. You have, in a desperate and misguided attempt, traded your precious soul for what you perceived as peace. But it is not peace at all. It is merely the chilling, suffocating silence of your own extinguished spirit. Now, with this stark realization, you can clearly see the true choice laid before you. It is not a simplistic choice between pain and no pain, as you might have initially believed. Instead, it is a profound and unavoidable choice between two fundamentally different kinds of pain, each with vastly different outcomes for your life and well-being. It is the pain of growth, the discomfort that accompanies expansion, learning, and becoming more of who you truly are, versus the insidious pain of decay, the slow, agonizing deterioration of your spirit. It is the exhilarating, yet challenging, pain of breaking free from self-imposed limitations versus the suffocating, soul-crushing pain of remaining trapped and slowly dying inside. Ultimately, you are faced with the undeniable imperative to choose your pain. Are you genuinely willing to risk being disliked or misunderstood by others, to face their potential disapproval? If that means you can finally begin the profound and liberating journey of liking, accepting, and ultimately loving yourself for who you truly are, without apology or compromise. Are you truly willing to relinquish the deceptive, false peace that comes from conformity and self-abandonment, in order to discover and embrace a true, vibrant aliveness that resonates with your deepest being? The bill for your authenticity and freedom is now due. It is time to make a conscious, courageous decision. Are you going to pay it, or will you continue to defer the inevitable at an even greater cost? In part 4 of The Invisible Prison of Shame, we will move beyond understanding the problem and actively explore the practical transaction of freedom. We will uncover the concrete steps and strategies necessary to finally unlock the invisible prison of shame, allowing you to step into a life of genuine authenticity and liberation. Join us as we delve into the actionable path forward. You just paid the bill, a decision that feels profoundly terrifying. It's a moment of immense vulnerability, where the comfort of the familiar has been deliberately cast aside for an unknown future. This act, though simple in execution, carries the weight of significant personal change and the potential for unforeseen consequences. You feel a deep sense of nausea, a churning in your stomach that mirrors the anxiety in your mind. It's as if you've just leaped from an immense height, a cliff edge, without the safety net of a parachute. This sensation, this raw, visceral fear, is not a sign of impending doom, but rather a powerful indicator of profound change. Embrace this feeling, for it signifies a crucial turning point. That overwhelming feeling, that intense fear you're experiencing, is not a harbinger of death or failure. Instead, it is what we call escape velocity. You have just generated enough momentum, enough courage to break free from the gravitational pull of old habits, old expectations, and the need for external validation. You have successfully broken orbit from the familiar, launching yourself into a new trajectory. Now, in this new space, you must simply wait. You wait for the inevitable catastrophe that your ancient, primal brain has been conditioned to expect, the one it promised would surely happen the moment you dared to step out of line. This waiting period is crucial, allowing you to observe and learn that many of your deepest fears are, in fact, unfounded. You wait for the metaphorical tribe to arrive with their pitchforks, ready to cast you out for daring to be different, for daring to prioritize your own needs. You anticipate the crushing weight of isolation, the fear of being utterly alone, a consequence your mind has long associated with asserting your independence. This waiting is a test of your newfound resolve. But then, a truly strange and unexpected thing begins to happen. The catastrophe you so vividly imagined, the one your deepest fears insisted was imminent, simply doesn't materialize. The world doesn't end, the sky doesn't fall, and life continues its steady, ordinary course, completely undisturbed by your courageous act of self-assertion. Indeed, some people might express anger or disappointment. They might engage in gossip, spreading rumors or negative opinions about your choices. You might even receive another mean-spirited text message designed to wound or provoke. Yet, despite these reactions, you remain fundamentally intact. You are still alive, still breathing, and crucially, still capable of navigating your own life. In this moment, you have confronted and survived your greatest primal fear, the fear of rejection. This isn't just about a single instance of being disliked. It's about facing the deep-seated human need for acceptance and realizing that you can thrive even when that acceptance is withheld. This realization is a profound step towards true personal liberation and resilience. This, right here, is your superpower. The very instant you truly grasp and internalize the profound truth that you possess the inherent strength to survive being disliked, to withstand the disapproval of others, you transcend your former limitations. In that moment of understanding, you become truly unbreakable, a force resilient against external judgments and expectations. You come to a powerful realization. Their disappointment, their anger, their negative reactions are not a reflection of your worth, nor are they your personal burden to carry. Their emotional responses belong to them, stemming from their own perspectives and expectations, and you are not responsible for managing or alleviating those feelings. This distinction is crucial for your emotional freedom. You transition from being a constant manager of other people's emotions, perpetually trying to appease and control their reactions, to becoming the CEO of your own life. This means taking full ownership of your decisions, your boundaries, and your emotional well-being, steering your own course with intention and self-respect rather than being swayed by external pressures. This new life, forged in the crucible of self-assertion, will undoubtedly be different from what you've known. It will likely be quieter, less cluttered with the demands and expectations of others. Your social circle, once perhaps broad but superficial, will become smaller, more intimate, and filled with individuals who genuinely appreciate you for who you are. You will inevitably lose those individuals who were only drawn to the mask you wore, the performance you put on to gain their approval. However, the people who choose to stay, the new connections who enter your orbit, will offer something far more valuable, genuine affection. They will love you not for a facade, but for your authentic self, creating deeper, more meaningful bonds. They will love the real you, not the carefully constructed performance, not the perpetually agreeable nice guy you once felt compelled to be. True, profound connection can only flourish when you are brave enough to reveal your authentic self, which inherently carries the risk of rejection. It is in this vulnerability that genuine intimacy is born. Understand that freedom is not a gift freely given. It comes at a significant cost. It demands that you relinquish the deceptive comfort of the cage you once inhabited, a cage built from the need for external validation and the fear of disapproval. It requires you to sacrifice the approval of those who benefit from your staying small, compliant, and easily managed. This is indeed a high price to pay, a challenging journey of self-discovery and assertion. Yet, as you stand there, in the quiet solitude of your own authentically lived life, free from the burden of others' expectations, a profound realization will slowly dawn upon you. This moment of clarity will reveal a truth that transcends all previous fears and doubts. You will realize, with absolute certainty, that every single step, every moment of discomfort, every ounce of courage it took was worth every penny. Stop waiting for external permission to live your life on your own terms. Pay the bill of self-acceptance, break free from the orbit of others' expectations, and summon the profound courage to simply be disliked.